Following the interception, Kaiser escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They go play action here on first down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing again. Webb. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. The final shot before break. Webb. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Let's go. Check. Patriot.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Off play action, it's Webb. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He'll return it from the 6. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here we go.
On second down, Kaiser again. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Malik McDowell able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Kaiser from the gun on 3rd. He's got his tight end in Njoku. A good pickup there at 22.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
Kaiser now from the 50. A screen complete to Crowell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Third and long for Kaiser. That's Njoku over the middle. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Kaiser yet again. Steps away to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So this will be the 9th play on this drive. Kaiser on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And the seemingly endless drive continues. They come out here in the I. They come out with one back and three tight ends. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Isaiah Crowell, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The drive begins with a run by Rawls. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Ohio! Come on, let's go! Ohio! Here we go!
Off the play fake, Kaiser. 20! He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing again is Kaiser on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Halfback sent in motion. Kaiser to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cannon. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Let's go!
Kaiser. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down at the 28. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Here's Kaiser. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Malik McDowell in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Play fake. Kaiser forced out to his left. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
All right, here we go.
Slot man moves right. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to look deep down the field. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And some room to work. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero, but we did see there the emphasis.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Isaiah Crowell with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And it's 21-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that, because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
No, check. Patriot. Detroit. Leopard.
Counter play. Rawls. They find some open field here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He's been busy tonight. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Webb. Throw complete right side to Cooks. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. First down, it's Webb. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Webb to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here we go with Rawls. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Thomas Rawls unable to push his way forward for the first. And this Browns defense stands tall. Back to it after the pick six. Kaiser eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
A second down throw now for Kaiser. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just one pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, you know, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
And they're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Again, it's Kaiser. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. To the air again, Kaiser. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on Webb. Can't escape as he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Webb. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Kaiser here looking to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. K.D. Cannon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are pouring it on. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on.